compass covered.
形势是严重的，我们的正面，敌人集中了18个师，由南向北压过来。
I was reminded of a movie I saw called From Victory to Victory. In it, the communist commander points to a map and says, facing us are this many troops, on our flank are that many troops, and so on. I watched this kid carrying on like this and felt like laughing. He said, if we blockaded every intersection, we'd be spreading our troops too thin. I plan to concentrate our forces closer to the square. I felt that this manner of military command, like a child playing at war, came straight out of communist propaganda. And I wondered, how did I get involved with this lot?
The massive show of resistance to the army was successful. The troops pulled back to the suburbs. The danger had passed. People continued to pour into the streets. The workers had helped win a victory for the movement at the square. But unlike the students, their need to make a living tied them to their workplaces.
A union unrelated to the workplace is not really a union at all. Yet here we were, setting up a union at Tiananmen Square, inspired by a student movement. What kind of future could it possibly have? But there was no way we could organize in the factories. Furthermore, I knew that the movement was going to come to an end soon. All we could do was to try to take advantage of the popular fervor to educate the workers, to let them know that the Constitution grants them all kinds of rights, none of which have been put into practice. This way, after the movement in the streets ended and things returned to normal, some effects of the movement would still be felt. What I mean here is an awareness of constitutional rights. Workers and peasants would know what rights they should enjoy. They'd also know about the legal channels open to them so they can demand those rights.
Meanwhile, among the students, a struggle over tactics unfolded.
Some of us wanted the students to leave the square. Not only out of consideration for the students' safety, we also thought it was good tactics. By leaving the square, we would have undermined the rationale for imposing martial law, and that might have given the reformers in the government an opportunity.
Many students do not understand that the square is our only stronghold. Some people have repeatedly advocated that we leave, but that could only please the government. What makes me really sad is that I am the commander-in-chief, and I can't let go of this power because I must resist compromise, resist these traitors. The leaders of the independent student unions of Beijing and of the provinces are all after my power.
In the intense atmosphere of the square, the leaders with more radical agendas had the advantage. These were people who had come to prominence through the hunger strike. They had not stood for elections on campus. Their credentials were a determination to make the greatest sacrifices. Their power base, the continuing acclaim of their followers. They set up a new headquarters to defend Tiananmen Square. Once more, Chai Ling became commander-in-chief. The commander had control of the loudspeakers, the voice of the square that broadcast to the masses. The continued hardline pursued by the government would further undermine moderation and encourage a hardline among the students.
I used to believe that we could establish democratic processes, and then a lot of people could use science to really help our country.